My name is Chaise, and I'm in first grade, and I'm 6 years old.
We're your average American family. We live in Long Island, and you would never think that this family had gone through anything.
Blaze, our first son, was 4 years old, 4.5 when Chaise was born. Everything seemed fine in the hospital, during delivery and all that.
Second day we came home, everything was great, very good baby. He was very sweet and just a darling.
About a few weeks later, Marina was taking him for routine checkups, and he was getting a little jaundice. So that's when we kind of noticed something was going on.
My sister-in-law had mentioned that Chaise is looking a little yellow. His eyes are a little yellow. And I said, we got a doctor's appointment the next day.
The doctor finally did a bilirubin test and then figured out something was wrong.
And he told us to just go straight to the emergency room. We were just talking to doctors, trying to get some answers. Nobody could tell us anything really. It was like 3 days. The liver team comes into the room.
And they kind of wrote something on the board saying, oh, it could be this.
I had looked up biliary atresia. I actually took a screenshot and I still have it. And the first thing it said was a life-threatening condition. Biliary atresia is a rare disease. It's a liver disease that affects the bile from leaving the liver.
He needed a surgery like the next day. He was like 7 weeks old at this point, and they said there's a higher success rate when they catch this earlier.
The Chaise procedure kind of buys these babies time because they're so little. I remember coming home after the Chaise with all these medications, and I'm thinking, my gosh, I can't even remember to take my own medicine. So how am I going to give a child medicine every 3 hours?
He was on 36 medications, 2 shots. We had to wake up every few hours. We had like a flow chart, and it was insane.
Spent about 3 months on and off after Chaise in the hospital. And they just noticed that, it's not looking that good.
And then finally, probably about 4 months into it, we kind of knew he needed a transplant.
We were told by friends about the Columbia Presbyterian. There is the surgeon there, Dr. Cato, that is phenomenal.
He's nice. He's the best doctor ever.
Marina was going to be a living donor. She went through all the tests to give a piece of her liver to Chaise.
They explained to us that getting a liver is this very slim chance. That's why they had set up for me to be worked up for living donor.
But the grace of God, we got a call Father's Day 2010.
They had told us that there was a liver waiting for us at Columbia Presbyterian and to make our way over.
They took that liver out and put a new one in.
Why?
Because that liver was not working.
We had been told the surgery would take about 6 hours.
Yeah.
It ended up taking like 10 hours.
We were supposed to get out of there in 8 to 10 days, and we were basically living there.
He had the breathing tubes. He had an open wound. They didn't want to close him up because they needed to go back in to make sure that this portal vein worked. We were there for about
29 days.
29 days.
And all these other problems kept popping up, so back to Google we go, trying to figure out what this is.
So the rare case of biliary atresia is this other rare case of portal vein thrombosis. So it just kept going on and on and on and on. Chaise was on a feeding tube for about 3 months after, so we couldn't really leave the house. It was within 6 months he had gone through a liver rejection. I would say when he was 1.5, he started slowly just coming into himself.
As he was getting better, different medicines started, tapering off. The best thing was probably we didn't have to give him the shots anymore. The greatest thing is he doesn't feel like anything's wrong with him. And that's how I always felt. I always felt like he's perfect no matter what happened to him.
This is my new trick.
He's just such a strong soul that he's just, I don't know, he's like a superhero.
A lot of people say, you can do it, Chaise. We're really brave. You can get through it and it'll be done quick if you be brave.
I would describe him as a superhero also because he was brave and he could actually go through that.
My superpower name is Chaise McFlash and I have speed. Boop. I'm faster than everyone in my family.
We have learned and grown so much from this little boy that I just wouldn't have it any other way. He's perfect. The American Liver Foundation is an amazing, amazing organization that has helped us tremendously. Knowing that they are out there helping people like us by raising funds, awareness about liver disease. There's over 3 million people suffer from liver disease, and we need more awareness. And they've just brought a community together too. We do the liver walk every year.
He was the liver champion last year, so he was on the flyer of the liver walk, and he went around the neighborhood handing out flyers to everyone, knocking on doors. He's the poster child. He's not afraid to tell anybody.
I walk for liver. Me, my brother, my mom, and my dad. Team Chaise.
The liver walk, it just raises money for people that have the same problem as my brother.
I feel like this was meant to be. He's going to serve a higher purpose at one point, helping people in his life get through this.